So I think the way that we as wealth managers need to think about the next generation is twofold. It's partly education, and that needs to start at grassroots. I think one of the challenges we have, particularly in the UK, is how we educate our young people through schools and universities. And I think banks, wealth managers need to be more engaged in those conversations quite early on. I think the second part of it is how we communicate with the next generation, because whilst many of us in the wealth management industry are, let's say, tech dinosaurs, for the next generation they're really tech natives. They think differently, they communicate differently. And we need to make sure that we can hold those conversations in the way that the next generation understand. For us, I think a lot of the work that we do with the next generation starts with wealth planning. So thinking about the succession of their family's wealth, helping them to engage with networks of other next-gen young people, and create that change that really the next generation seem to want to engage with. So it is tough as a wealth manager to differentiate yourself. I think we all have to be quite honest that actually if we look at our platforms, products and services, they do start to look quite similar. So for me it comes down to the people. You know, do we have the right people? Do we have a relationship manager base that reflects a very diverse client base? That's the starting point for me. I think the next thing, and one of the benefits that we have at Julius Baer, is that we're a pure play private bank. So we are a little bit different. We don't have a bank. Wealth management is all we ever do. And we're very focused on the UK market and growth in the UK market, where a lot of people are backing away fearfully in light of Brexit. So integrating technology is definitely a challenge, but I think we shouldn't be frightened of it. And I think the one thing that I would note is that technology and the human element don't have to be mutually exclusive. We should be able to use technology to deliver the best service to clients, to think better rather than necessarily thinking faster. So for us, that's in terms of giving clients access to apps on devices to enable them to view, to communicate, to transact, but also allowing our relationship managers to use technology to give better advice more efficiently, but really leaving that human element that they are doing the bespoke piece and they are delivering that message to clients. The greatest challenge to the industry, I mean, I think it's very easy to say it's the regulatory framework, which is always a challenge. I think it will be keeping a pace with some of the new entrants into the market, but I think one of the interesting things, if you combine those two pieces, is that actually as wealth managers we do have a head start on the new entrants in terms of understanding the regulatory framework. We just need to make sure that we can capitalise on that head start.